Hi, this is Kate, otherwise known as the Duchess of New Jersey. When I'm not busy hanging out at the beach, telling people off, or watching someone pump gas for me, I listen to the Eric Zane Show Podcast. And now I'd like to introduce the star of the show, Eric Zane. It's riveting.
Thank you, Kate. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, miss. All right. That's weird. Welcome into the Eric Zane Show Podcast, the daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures Monday through Friday right here. Right here, my gosh. So happy to be part of it. You can get the show, the audio podcast, download, listen at your convenience if you like. Also, you can watch the replay on Twitch. You can watch it live on Twitch. Weekdays at 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. As it happens, Monday through Friday, that's twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Once you're there, click subscribe. First of all, click follow. That's easy. And then you click subscribe, also easy, which is a big red button. And you subscribe for free with your Amazon Prime account. That's Twitch Prime. Link the account. It's already warm enough where I can ditch this freaking hat. It's going to be a nice day today. Nice day today. And then that's about it for the week. Where I live, close right here in Michigan, it's going to be kind of a disaster for the week after that. But today, the spring is underway now officially, which I didn't realize that. But yes, spring is here. We have officially now established more than 12 hours of daylight every day. A big moment. I'm now looking ahead at the calendar of when I can go up north. When can I go up north? That's all I'm concerned about. And it's not looking great already because, well, first of all, it's not that great to get up there right about now anyway because it's just a little bit too cold. But I'm looking at pretty much the 29th of April to the 1st of May. That's the next time I'm free. Everything else is every other weekend. There's something going on. Basketball, hockey season are winding down. And the thing is that April 29, 30, and May 1, that may change if the Griffins make the playoffs. So we got to hope for failure. I'm totally kidding. I'm just totally kidding. Great point. As soon as you take out a loan for gas, boy, you aren't kidding. I did that. I am not looking forward to filling up my dad's truck that I bought off of him because I really was light on the gas with this tank of gas. And I was driving people nuts because I was trying to hypermile this truck with like a 8,000 cubic inch motor and trying to save the fuel. I even made sure that the tires were appropriately inflated. I should buy some of that AMSOIL, that fuel additive stuff that's supposed to give you better gas mileage. Does that stuff even work, or is that some type of scam? I think it's supposed to work. Doesn't it I'm not even going to try to figure out what the hell it does. The extent of what I know is just you put the shit in there and suddenly you get 800 miles of the gallon. I don't know. Despite traveling very slow and easing on the gas and easing on the brake, I set a record of only, for this tank of gas, 16.4 miles per gallon. 16.4. I try not to drive that pig. However, the queen of the forest car, that damn hybrid, traveling to my dad's which more on that later about my dad's amazing 88th birthday party. Wow. 41.8 miles per gallon. I'm like, this is so fucking sweet. We drove all the way there and all the way back, more than 400 miles, no big deal. And yeah, I still could have gone another 100 miles. That thing is working out. I'm happy. I'm hoping to God we get better gas mileage or get better gas prices soon. Come on. I tell you what, Whitmer's doing something that's pissing me off, and that's rare. Whitmer, the Republicans wanted to suspend the gas tax in the state of Michigan. They said, look, let's give these people a break. You've got this big fucking tariff, essentially, chunk of change on a price for a gallon of gas. And she's like, no, I gotta fix the roads. And they're like, well, okay, they're not fixed. And she's like, no, I need that money. And they're like, yeah, we know you do, but you're going to have to figure something else out for a little bit. I mean, desperate times here. These people are getting murdered. We have to give them some relief. And she says, no, just it's the federal government's fault. They got to take off their tax first. It's like, oh, that's bullshit. You know, I don't like that. It seems like a crock of shit to me. I would rather just have shitty roads for another half year. If you're even fixing them. I'm assuming she is. I'm assuming she's not like taking the money and putting it in her pocket. I know some of you think that. But, I tell you what. That's something else for Boring Dean's sister to hang her cowboy hat on. You know? She's trying to get 15,000 signatures to be on the ballot. That's what she told me. Donna, Let's Go Brandenburg told me. She needs 15,000 signatures. And I don't even know what's going on, how they're getting them, if they're getting them, what's happening. There is a Republican primary in this great state in 5 months. Less than 5 months. And you've got all of these Republicans that are trying to be allowed to go to the next step, to be the Republican nominee for the great state of Michigan. And Boring Dean's sister has as good of a shot as anybody. I love that. That is exciting to me. I might even vote for her. You never know. Hey, my vote is for sale. Somebody's got to sell me. And right now, it is going towards Whitmer because she's so damn attractive. And I cannot believe you guys don't see that. It's shocking to me. This show originates in the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. Baldwin Ace Hardware, a beacon of DIY awesomeness in the Northland. So lucky to have them. Sarah says, I enjoyed meeting Donna. Let's Go Brandenburg. She was nice. She's very nice. Smart as can be. Just fantastic. She had like a security guy with her who I think she might have to work on the security detail because the security guy, I forget his name, big as a house, shit kicker. I'm guessing he had all sorts of armaments on his belt like fucking Batman. He sits down at Bosco's like several seats away, and he's like he's like eating, talking to the Schaefers, knocking a couple back. Yeah, I don't know for sure he was knocking a couple back, but you know what I mean. Okay, how the hell did I get to that? How did I get to this discussion already? I think I was talking about gas, and then oh god, it's gonna be like that today. Big time ADHD. I was tapped on the shoulder by a friend who said, hey, would you be willing to help my friend out who is I think they're called adjunct instructor, which means, you know, they tap you, I think, to teach a class at a college because of your experience in a field as opposed to like being a regular teacher, you know? And so there's I have this friend who has another friend who's a teacher at Northern Michigan University. And as far as I understand this, some of you may recall the radio show Connie and Fish in West Michigan. Now, not all the audience listens in West Michigan. About 30 to 35% of my audience listens out of West Michigan because that's where I make my home. Well, Connie did the show with Fish in Madison, Wisconsin, and then a new guy joined her in Madison. This is years ago, named Curtis. Curtis and Connie got hired on a radio station in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Connie, friends with the guys on my old morning show, rest her soul. As time would pass, Curtis was out, and she brought Fish in. So it was Connie and Fish back together in Grand Rapids, and they did wonderfully together. They did very, very great radio. Connie gets sick. She gets cancer, and it tore her apart. It was terrible, and she passed. Fish is like, I don't know what to do. I'm going to get out of the game. Gets out of radio, but then goes right back into radio, back in Madison, Wisconsin. From what I understand, he picked up a new radio partner, a lady by the name of Jennifer. It's this Jennifer lady who is the teacher at at Northern Michigan University and teaching broadcasting. And one of the things they're talking about is podcasting. And they need someone who's been able to monetize a podcast. And, this is the same thing as when I did the town hall meeting at WKTV Public Television. Best practices for podcasting is what it boils down to in a general sense. So, will you help? And you know how it is. The great Ryan Seacrest said, always say yes. Always just say yes, and then work like hell to make it a reality. Unless there's some type of scheduling constraints, don't make it so that you don't do it, because you don't want to. Help people. It will come back to you. This is how you build a network. Now, I have also, in addition to thinking like this, prior to this, my idea, that didn't exist, building a network. I simply wanted to burn every fucking thing down. Burn it down. I don't want anything. I don't give a shit about anybody. Burn it down. Isn't that a Def Leppard song? Burn it down? I don't know. But anyway. So I'm like, well, of course I'll help you. And you know what I noticed? I think it's the so much about, I don't know, people just have lowered the bar generally. And I think when you very quickly respond with, well, yeah, I'll help you. Man, nobody does this. And I think that you can really stand apart from the world if you very quickly respond with a, yeah, hell yeah, I will help you. Or if you just are, this is part of like what I was talking about, being patient with customer service people on phone calls. Everybody is pissed off. Okay? You just with some common courtesy and politeness. Okay, you're going to cause orgasms all over the place. And they're going to give you whatever the hell you want. I believe this. Okay? So I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. So now this is Wednesday, and they're like, well, and they're telling me what they're expecting. This nice lady named Jennifer, and she actually teaches the class with her ex-husband. I don't know, still friends, I guess. So I'm like, well, yeah, okay. So I have to sit down on Wednesday evening and do this, and I'm actually really excited about this. This is part of the whole deal because, when you work at home, you don't get out into the world that much. And I love it. It's great, man. It's absolutely fantastic. So I'm stoked about this. Meatheads birthday extravaganza this weekend. Some of you saw it at Charity Scam Mike's house, which we broke down how he got that name on the show. And, you know, a lot of that was embellishing the story when I first came up with him being known as Charity Scam Mike. Now, obviously, he is not scamming charities. But after I met with him Saturday, I called him up on Sunday. And I go, hey, that was quite a party. Yeah, it was great. I go, hey, and that corned beef. He explained on the video how he gets this. He's got a dude named Jim Klein, who owns a place in Detroit, Wiggly's Corned Beef, I think is what it's called. And Mike has made friends with him. And, yeah, there it is. Wiggly's famous Eastern Market Corned Beef in Detroit. And so the guy who owns the place, this Jim Klein, gives him a gigantic corned beef. So that's what we had. It's a tradition. Right around St. Patty's Day is my dad's birthday. So, you know, we do it up. Getting back to what this is all about with Charity Scam Mike. So I'm talking to him on Sunday after the party. We've gotten home. And, yeah, it was great. Oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah, it was. Thanks for putting it on, blah, blah, blah. The corned beef, that was awesome. Yeah, thanks. I go, so tell me about this guy, Jim Klein, the guy who owns Wiggly's. This is right after the discussion about Charity Scam Mike on the podcast that I did at my dad's, or at Mike's house, Charity Scam Mike's house with my dad. And he goes, that guy is so sweet and so kind. My God. He was doing, this is Mike talking, he was doing a benefit bartending thing somewhere at some bar in Detroit, and he keeps the tips, and the tips get to go to a charity. And so Jim Klein said to Charity Scam Mike, he's telling me this, what charity should I put it to? And he goes, well, just give it to autism. And he goes, because Mike has a daughter who is autistic. That is Sophia. And Jim goes, okay, that's what I'll do. So at the end of the night, he comes up to Mike and he gives him $1,000 cash. And he goes, what's this? He goes, it's the tips. He goes, no, I told you to give it to autism. And he says, I am. I'm giving it to you because Sophia needs a hot tub, because I guess she loves hot tubs or it's part of the therapy. I have no idea. And I go, yeah. And then Mike goes, yeah, so I bought a hot tub with it. I go, well, you are a charity scam. That's exactly what I was fucking telling you. And he just sat there and laughed. I go, that's what it is. You are Charity Scam Mike now. It's back on. Now it's official. When we were there, we did a live version of Dear Meathead. And my God, was this fantastic. We just set up the camera and rolled it. So this is the key moment when, by the way, a lot of the folks there were like, how young is Joanne? Because your dad looks, well, he's a typical 88-year-old dude. But Joanne looks like she's 20 years younger. Yeah, I know that. And I have said to her many times, I go, Joanne, beauty typically, leaves most people. Handsomeness fades. Beauty fades with age. I go, you're very pretty. And she's like, oh, stop. I go, no, seriously, you I don't know what you're doing, but keep doing it. Here you go. Here's the video. A lot of Joanne laughing, which is great. We're wrapping it up. I'm asking Dad for words of wisdom about living to be 88 years old. Okay, Dad, any final words? This is 88 years old. And, because I think you're going to live to 108. And if you live to 108, that means I would be 71 years old when you're
going to be old.
I mean, I'm going to die. So do you have any words of wisdom you would look at the camera and give these people about living a long, fruitful, healthy, happy life?
First of all, live every day as it comes. Don't make huge plans. Just live your day, whatever hours you've got.
Day by day.
Day by day.
Say no to plans.
Say no to plans.
Don't stop. Don't
do any investments.
Hey, I'm talking.
Yeah, he's talking.
Don't create a whole lot of huge bank accounts.
Don't save money.
Don't save money.
No, I save some money.
I'm writing these down. I'm writing them down.
But spend it to have a good time with it.
You've been doing it right.
Yeah.
My son-in-law is one that definitely follows my laws. He does spend money when it's on the way. Even he's spending the money.
On the way to When it's not even in his
On the
pocket.
way, the money
Okay.
coming.
Can we get a synopsis? Maybe
Wrap this
like just
up.
one great thing.
One final word
out of
of
all of
advice.
that.
One
What is
final word of advice.
the one thing that you can think of?
The one thing that I can think of, I occasionally fail to do it myself, that's to wake up happy.
Ah.
Happy, got it.
Wake up happy.
Well, that's all Joanne might see a different side, but we all see happy. Now, Joanne she might be a little cranky from time to time.
Oh yeah. I got moments.
I think we all
Everybody
do.
does.
Yeah, we all do.
We all need a whipping boy.
And life, believe you me, I'm exercising something to be happy myself. I even am happy when I see the dogs.
Well, yeah.
You know, I mean, they're my friends. These dogs will come right to me as soon as I walk in that door.
Like he's the only one.
Well, Dad, just you being you, saying those words. Everyone who's watching this is smiling. They love you and Joanne so very much. So, I mean, seriously, this is just fantastic.
But thanks,
We'll
man.
do this
That
again.
audience of yours is greatest people.
Next
I've
year,
ever
the
realized.
89th, we'll be right back here
Right back where
in
we
this
started.
kitchen.
Yeah.
And 1 year from now,
Having
Okay.
the same meal.
Yes.
with the same shirt.
And thank you for the
Yes.
opportunity to let my feelings be known. So,
Well, it's not an AA meeting. I mean,
well, no, the AA days are over for me, so I don't.
Hi, I'm Mike. I'm a Meathead fan. Hi, Mike.
okay. Thank you. This has been like a mob sit down where we're deciding someone's fate. And the Godfather's feelings have been known. Yeah, okay, I love you.
I love you.
My God. So much fun. That's pretty much the way it is every time we are together. Holy cow. Oh, man. Comments. Jason says, I want to talk to Ruben after he eats some edibles. I don't think that's a good idea. Melinda, I love it. Joanne is the best. Corey says his voice sounds very different here than it does on the phone. I don't think so. Not to me. Comment about Sarah, or from Sarah about Joanne. I know absolutely no wrinkles. She looks amazing. Bud Lights, Newports, and a hot tub is kind of what we describe Charity Scam Mike as what he did with the money. Great Gabagool describes Joanne as a total gilf. I think it's a G gilf, a great grandma, a G gilf. Josh says, if you didn't watch this, you have to go back and watch the whole recording. It was a wonderful look into the chaos. I also found out what a brisket is. I did not know that. Anyway, we went for about a half an hour. A lot of fun. I wish you would have checked it out. But do it. You know, you can still go back there. I'll link it up in the show notes of this podcast. Something else that went down was Mario showed up. That is a longtime friend of Charity Scam Mike. And he brought with him a bottle of this. which I don't know what this is. And it's a really nice-looking bottle. I guess this is some type of fancy whiskey. Clase Azul Reposado Tequila. It's quite expensive. This is cheap, actually, at woodencork.com. But Mario brought that over, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this is. And the idea was floated about Diana doing a shot of this. So this is that moment. Check this out. Here you go.
Video. Going on the podcast.
Yeah, this will be fun to laugh at. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, we have a bunch of
I knew you were going to do that.
You want a smaller one? Yeah. So that's salt on there, right? Now they're not going to do that.
Can you please film, Diana? Can you move that box? I gotta see what I gotta.
I got my salt.
Diana, you're really gonna do that?
Yeah.
She salted her wrist and everything.
Now they don't need salt, do they?
No.
Okay, the Bob Seger.
Mike, you're
So Rob's 88th
For
birthday.
Rob's birthday and
Many more.
And
Many more.
Many more.
and everything else.
In Ukraine.
Yes.
Dad has left at this point. Oh, no, he's still there.
Ooh.
Okay. Tasty?
Delicious.
It actually was very good.
It has a vanilla cinnamon
It
after
does. Actually,
taste.
all the two kilos I've had.
Yep. It is. It's definitely kicked in.
Did you say
Tequila.
Tequila. Tequila. Tequila. Tequila. Tequila. Here's tequila.
There you go.
Tequila.
Okay. So, no big deal, right? Well, there's some controversy. Leave it to the world to make this stupid. So I posted that. Aha, great. Diana's doing a shot at tequila. By the way, she did another one. And then I busted out. They said, "Hey, you got to get a bottle of this for her." I go, "Yeah, she'll drink the whole thing, and then I'll get anal." And I said that right in front of Dad and Joanne, and Mike was like, "Oh no! Oh my God!" It was just fantastic. I don't think my dad knew what the hell was going on. It might have slipped by the goalie on that one. So whatever. I put that up there, and usual comments roll in. And a couple that caught my eye is the let's see, I think this guy, I went to high school with him. I went to high school with one of these people, and he writes, oh God, where is it? Shit. You don't shoot Clase Azul. You sip it and enjoy it. And I'm like, no one cares. And this guy's a pain in the ass, too. Some of my other posts on Facebook, he's the first guy to always just be an asshole. And I wrote, oh, I see. So when she said she liked it, that was a lie. Got it. Another guy that I went to high school with, that tequila is sipping tequila, not shot tequila. And I wrote, there's rules? Who says? Who gives a shit? What the fuck? Who knew that when it comes to tequila, you have to do it a certain way? You're supposed to enjoy. So you can't enjoy it if you're doing it in shot form? Is that what that is? I don't know who made that rule, but that it actually does say online, this is sipping tequila. But I don't know shit about tequila, and everybody seemed to be having a good time, and that's the way they drank it. Why does everybody have to be a pain in the ass bitch about everything? Everybody's always causing trouble, you know? Chris says tequila snob. LOL. True. Pellerito says, damn comments. They're always causing trouble. Well, Eric is recovering, so I don't suppose he knows a ton about booze. No. I've never had a shot of tequila in my life. Dennis Wright, doing shots of anything is all about getting drunk, not enjoying the product. Yeah, who gives a shit? So that annoyed the piss out of me. It's shit like that I want to respond with, yeah, fuck you on Facebook. Annoys the hell out of me. Okay. So that was it. Drive there 2.5 hours. Stay there not long enough. Drive back. This show on Twitch, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. Also, they sponsor the Facebook page, facebook.com/Eric Zane Live. Thank you so much. And Twitter, @Eric Zane Show on Twitter. Brought to you by Blue Frost IT. And the almighty YouTube. Brought to you by Frank the Tank Fuss. My Policy Shop Insurance. More on Frank a little bit later on. Okay. Big weekend for the NCAA basketball tournament. Does anybody, show of hands, even watch the women's? I saw highlights of our local college. It's called Hope College. In fact, that's where my daughter attends. They are the Division III national champions. I saw their celebration, and I thought that was awesome. They won the national championship. Basically, it's high school. It's actually junior high basketball is what this is. That was cool. But they do the women's tournament at the same time as the men's, and it doesn't matter when they do it. I don't know anyone who watches this. Who watches that? My God. Everybody, and they talk about equality in sports, and they do all this gigantic amount of coverage for the men's game, and they do it for the women's game. But does anybody fill out like a women's bracket? Is there, like we have our big bracket challenge that we're doing right now? Is that a thing? Are there even 64 colleges that can compete? The one thing I know about the women's basketball is typically there's a huge disparity between the top teams and everybody else. So you'll see a game like 85-16, shit like that. The upsets continue in the men's tournament. This St. Peter's school out of Jersey City, New Jersey. Wow. They beat Murray State, and they advanced to the Sweet 16. Now, every so often you get a team. Who was it? George Mason, I think, years ago went to the Grade 8, or maybe they went to the Final Four. It does happen from time to time, but this is a 15 seed. And that crazy upset of Kentucky that just put Diana down for the count. My God, was that great. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Spectacular. But my bracket is destroyed. I mean, just take a look at this thing. It's not as bad as some of you. I'll get to the standings in just a second, but of our tournament challenge here. 3 of my 4 Final Four teams are still alive. Everybody's bracket is shit, okay? Now, in the West, I have plenty of damage, but I also have some good stories here. I had Duke over Michigan State. I picked that correctly. Texas Tech surviving Notre Dame. Picked that correctly. I had Arkansas winning, but I had them winning over UConn. Not New Mexico State. Doesn't matter. It's all about damage control. This bracket is shit, but not as shitty as some of the other ones. Okay, so not bad here. This one, hit or miss. You know, you got Michigan somehow figuring out how to play fucking basketball. How about that? Michigan State, always little brother. You know, they didn't even make it out of the weekend. They lost to Duke, and they had a shot, but then they stopped playing basketball last 5 minutes of the game. They fell on their ass. Everybody saw it coming. Come on, Michigan State. They fuck it up against Duke. You should have sent that old wrinkled-ass Mike Krzyzewski to the fucking pastures. You had a chance, and you blew it. And then these Michigan assholes beating Colorado State. That sucks. I had them, Colorado State beating them. Then they beat the shit out of Tennessee. How? I don't know. Another major upset. 11-3. And now they, in the Sweet 16, taking on Nova. Incredible. That's actually pretty freaking sweet that they did that. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. Look at the Midwest. Look at all this red that I have here. The only one that's still alive is Kansas. The fact that Creighton, they played Creighton in that round. I actually had Creighton losing in the first round. Doesn't matter. Okay, so still alive there, but that's shit. Baylor. Some of you had Baylor winning it all. Good night. No way. Kentucky, man, look at that. Assholes. UCLA, Purdue, still alive. This is a mess. That's where I fall off, okay? These standings. Kevin frickin' Kuipers. Look at him. He's tied with whoever Antelope Rider 1 is. That might be Aram. With 240 points. Right behind whoever D-Man is, Nate Bull, who's getting ready to move to his fear bunker in North Carolina, wherever the hell he's moving. Linda Hall, she would be in the running, but she had Kentucky winning it all, so she sucks. Chris Searcy, still a shot if he doesn't wind up getting arrested for murdering his family. Julie McKeever, still doing well, 260 points, and she picked Gonzaga to win it all. So all of these still have a shot, up to smartass Melissa. Linda Hall doesn't stand a chance. Zaniac Kyle Tiller had Baylor winning it all. He's out. Rob's out. Marquette, no. Marquette, you dick. Blue State, Rob. Gonzaga, Eric Zane, Gonzaga. At the bottom, I don't even know who these people are, but they're shitty. Some dumbass had Michigan State winning it all. You suck. My God. Kevin Kuipers. Speaking of Kevin Kuipers, I had a dream about Kevin Kuipers last night, and that didn't remind me. I actually made myself a mental note to talk about it last night. I had to wake up and go tinkle in the middle of the night, and then I laid back down. So between that time and waking up in the morning, I had a dream. It was one of those. It was almost like the Ukrainian war had kind of infiltrated my brain because it was chaos and there was shooting and fighting, and I was with a group of people, and there was a helicopter that malfunctioned and went down and crashed, but it did not blow up. So it's laying there, and Kevin Kuipers goes running towards the wreckage. He's a sheepdog. I'm like, Kevin, look out. If that thing goes, I'm like standing back. I go, I'll keep an eye out for fire. Like if I see a flame, you can get out of there. Kevin Kuipers gets the door of the chopper open and gets the pilot out. And it was that real. And then Kevin Kuipers, of all people, is doing this incredible act of bravery. And here he is leading the way in our tournament challenge. I don't know if there's any connection. Why in the world would I have that dream? Dreams are so stupid. My God. It's almost like I wish they would develop some type of technology like the Matrix, where you could hook up your brain to a device that is interpreting all these impulses to make a AI movie of all of the things that you see. Can you imagine how much of an incredible... You think like some of those virtual reality games that everybody loves, and which is, I can understand why. They look fantastic. But if you could develop this type of technology so you could just go back and watch what you dreamt about, oh my God. Except if you're having sex with another woman, because I think I had sex with some hooker last night in that same dream. And I told Diana about one of the other dreams I have. I did not tell her about that dream. Let's keep that a secret if we could. She'd be so upset. Probably not a good idea to talk about it here. All right. Jackie, don't say anything. She's probably listening to the podcast right now. Keep your mouth shut. Don't tell your mom that I had a dream about having sex with another woman that's not your mother. Seriously. Okay. So, basketball tournament that resumes again Thursday. 64 down to 16. Michigan, for the 5th year in a row, has made it to the Sweet 16. And, I mean, they barely made it into the tournament. If it weren't for the Peacocks, St. Peter's Peacocks, what a fucking team name. The St. Peter's Peacocks. Who do they play now? They play Purdue. Okay, so that's a Big Ten school, so they suck. So you know that everyone in America wants St. Peter's to win. St. Peter's took out the trash last night, Murray State 70-60. And now they play Purdue, who beat Texas. So if they can win that, they would play the winner of North Carolina UCLA, which is an 8 seed, North Carolina, and a 4 seed. So then if they could make it into the, I would love to see that happen. And what's fantastic about this tournament is the unpredictability of it. It's that type of shock that these little schools no one's ever heard of can have these moments, and it stretches over 3 weekends. That's what makes it fantastic. Who doesn't love an underdog? When basically this is the equivalent, St. Peter's getting to where they are. This is the equivalent of like a junior high basketball team beating the Harlem Globetrotters, or, LeBron James and the Lakers, or name me an NBA team that's good, because I can't. I don't pay attention to that shit. But it's fucking fantastic. Okay. Over the weekend, Michigan, they beat Tennessee, as I mentioned. And there was this poignant moment right here, okay, where Juwan Howard, now this is the guy who smacked the shit out of that one coach from Wisconsin. And after he beats Tennessee, this dude from Tennessee going to the handshake line is upset. And Juwan Howard, he's helping him. He's giving him a big, loving hug. And this is not a man hug. This is here, I am going to help you because you are having such a terrible time hug. Look at this. This is a loving hug.
Yeah, and they came out, and you have to give them credit. They executed very well.
Look at this guy sobbing.
They did a great job of shutting down.
What is wrong with this man who's crying? I'm a little bit disturbed at how emotional this guy is. This 20-year-old kid from Tennessee.
Yeah, and they came out, and you have to give them credit. They executed very well.
I mean, he is sobbing.
They did a great job of shutting down Tennessee.
Juwan Howard right there, if you read his lips, he said, "Quit crying or I'm going to smack the shit out of you like I did to that guy on Wisconsin."
Yeah, and they came out, and you have to give them credit. They executed very well.
Oh, this is terrible.
They did a great job of shutting down Tennessee.
Oh, God, look at him. Gen Z. This guy, right after that game, he ran out into traffic. He's gone now.
Also with the three-point shooting, just never.
Oh, my God. Get it together, dude. What the hell? Oh, that was ugly. That was uglier than when Juwan Howard hit the coach. That was, I would rather, I think that, how Juwan Howard got a number of games suspension in the incident when he smacked the coach? He should be suspended for the rest of the tournament for helping that kid as he lost control of himself. He should have smacked the fuck out of him and said, "Hey, be a man. All right, you lost the fucking game. You're going to be a millionaire one day. Come on. This is the last game you're ever going to care about." That guy, I don't know his name. I looked it up. It doesn't matter. I guess he was a five-star recruit coming out of high school. He's a badass. Quit fucking crying. There's tons of There's tons of money in your future and hot chicks who want to have sex with you and be the mother of your children. So relax. All right. So that is the tournament. Meanwhile, I'm doing a show on Patreon today, as I have for the past 3+ years. Patreon, patreon.com/Eric Zane. I'd love you to join me on there, and I'd love you to try it out. That's all I'm asking. Try it out for 1 month, either the $5 a month or the $10 a month. See if you like it. If it sucks, you cancel it, and you get the rest of the month, obviously. You'll know right away if it sucks. But I put a lot of effort into it, a lot of time into it, and if you're looking for something else to listen to during the week, if the free podcast is fine, but you're like, hey, I still got plenty of time left in the day to listen to something, well, I might as well listen to Zane. He's an asshole. That's fine. Patreon.com/Eric Zane, featuring an episode every day, the Patreon bonus, the Lost Zane recordings, the Insane Asylum, my 2-hour music-driven radio show on Northern Michigan's Q100. Not to mention the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast and Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer Trivia. That's a lot. But that's what I do. So thank you so much if you've signed up in the past. $5 a month, $10 a month. If you want to keep it going, though, I'll knock 10% off the price. Thank you. And the open of today's free podcast comes to you from the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. You can still get a very low mortgage rate. Eric Zane, Economics 101. Inflation is out of control. That means people are buying. People are using their credit cards. They're getting mortgages. They're buying cars. That means the demand is up. Supply and demand. When the demand goes up, the prices go up. So the Fed goes, let's tweak it so that the demand goes down. How do you do that? You make loans, credit cards, homes, cars more expensive, a higher interest rate. Tamp that down. Demand drops a bit. Prices drop a bit because the demand goes down. I just learned this. Over the next year or two, there's going to be more of these increases in the interest rate. That means your buying power is decreasing. So, call now. Call Mario and get started on a mortgage today, because in a year, you're going to get less money. You're going to get less house. So do it now. 231-332-6505. You can help just about everybody, whether your credit is great or if your credit stinks. Everybody's welcome. 231-332-6505. As you know, Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV, the car repair facility of choice. I will be bringing by the old 07 Accord this week. Need a little checkup on the power steering unit. And I'm excited to see them, see how the expansion is going. They just tripled the size of the facility. Thanks to you. 616-532-6600, irvines.com. Great facility to get your cars repaired in West Michigan. Whether it is a domestic, a European, or an Asian model vehicle, hybrid or EV, Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. Today at 2 p.m. to 7 p.m., I'm on the radio filling in for Mike on Big 101.3. Mike's under the weather or something like that. So I'll be slinging oldies from 2 to 7 today. I wish I had something to tell you I was doing, but I'll be, let's see. I think the longest I will talk is maybe a minute 10. I actually have been getting a little chatty lately on some of my voice tracks. I actually have it right here. This is what this. No, I can't share it. I don't think I can share it. I think I tried this before, and I wasn't able to do it. Okay, let me see here. No, I can't do it. Doesn't matter. 2 to 7 today. Play us some fun hits that we all know. You know I will. Maybe some Temptations, some Bob Seger, the Turtles. Sarah loves the song Brick House. It's like one of her favorites. The fun hits you know. 101.3. All right. Trouble at the Drawbridge. Do you guys remember the story I told you about the lady who was, I think this might have been in Florida somewhere. And, yeah, it was in Florida. Oh, my God. You know, you would think that a job like opening and closing the drawbridge, as much as that is, kind of a mundane thing, I'm guessing, that they would have someone there who has enough sense to have it down. Pretty much the job description at a drawbridge is you're in that little structure, higher than the road. In fact, I'll show it. I'll show it to you right now what it looks like. This is the drawbridge, and that's the woman who killed the lady. Okay. See, she hangs out in that guardhouse here. Okay, and as it is, you basically just, all right, there's a boat coming. It's time to open the drawbridge, and then you look right. And you look left, and if there's no one on the drawbridge, then you push the button, and the bridge opens up. I mean, talk about something that, you know, when they say that old thing, you had one job. This is literally one job. Use your eyes. Look right, look left. It's a drawbridge, and you're higher than the road. It is fairly simple to do that. Great gabagool makes me laugh on the live stream. Michelle Obama looks like hell because the suggestion is she looks like Michelle Obama. Very funny. That's good. You'll have to see it for yourself when you click on the link in the comments for those of you, or in the show notes for those of you listening to the audio podcast. But this crazy bitch, she just fucking hit the button like it's the goal horn at the hockey arena. And sure enough, some nice lady is on her bike on the thing. And it opens up, and she you know, like where the on the Blues Brothers, it opened up and then they jumped over the middle. She wasn't there. What happened was it opens, and then at the beginning of it where it meets the bridge, on the edges of it, that's where the opening occurs. This lady goes sliding down, and she's hanging on for dear life. The bike falls, and she's hanging on like fucking Indiana Jones. And then some good Samaritan comes up and, take my hand, you know, like a damn movie. And sure enough, while hanging on, she couldn't hang on, and then she fell down, and then she died. That's it. Holy fuck. And it was a 79-year-old woman, poor lady, crossing the Royal Park Bridge. And right away, people are like, well, how the fuck did this happen? Well, I'll tell you how it happened. This dumb bitch is how it happened. She just hit the button, and now she's been arrested and is being charged with manslaughter. Boy, talk about a beast of a charge. Basically, just operator error is manslaughter. If you aren't careful and you kill someone because of operator error, you could very well go to prison for extended time. I actually think that's a little messed up because she didn't mean to kill anyone, but she did kill someone. Should she go to prison for that? It's weird how in this country, with an intentional act like murder or rape or assault or something like that, let's say you're convicted of a horrible murder and you're given the death penalty, the fact that you can stay alive for decades and you're not even put to death. Whereas if you accidentally kill someone, you could spend significant time behind bars. I don't know how I feel about that. Should this lady go to prison because she was negligent? What do you think? I have a hard time locking someone up when they accidentally kill someone because they weren't paying attention. It seems weird to me. If I have a loved one that dies, like let's say Jim was walking his bike or on his bike or whatever, and he was the one. I don't know if I would want that person to go to prison. I think that would take a terrible thing and actually make it more terrible. I don't know if I'd be happy with a pound of flesh. Well, I guess I take it back. It would have to be how the person responds. If the person is extremely apologetic and says sorry and you can tell is wrecked and they have their own family that would then be destroyed, I don't think I could do that. I would be the one saying to the judge, yeah, it's sad that I lost my loved one, but I don't think you should lock this person up. I think that's pretty fucking crazy. The accident occurred February 6th when Ardasua Lafay Polk, 43, opened the bridge as Carol Wright was walking across with her bike. So she wasn't even riding the bike. She was walking the bike. She probably should have rode it. She'd have gotten through faster. A good Samaritan tried to save her before she fell to her death. As I talked about, the bridge tender told the Florida Department of Transportation that she checked the area by walking out on the balcony several times, made 2 announcements, and went out there 3 more times to confirm the bridge was clear. However, the authorities are saying that is not true. They're saying she lied. Uh-oh. Well, that makes this a little bit different. Okay.
New details revealed in the death of a 79-year-old woman who fell from a drawbridge connecting West Palm Beach to Palm Beach.
The arrest report for the bridge tender involved has been released now, and it provides a detailed account of just what went wrong. WPTV.
How about this newscaster? She is a babe.
News Channel 5's Cam Eppinger. He's joining us live tonight with the very latest on this story. Cam?
Well, Shannon, based on surveillance video and statements from witnesses, police say Polk's account of what happened was all false.
Uh-oh.
WPTV has learned what police said happened when 79-year-old Carol Wright fell to her death last month here along the Royal Park Bridge that connects West Palm to the island of Palm Beach.
This report is actually Carol Wright's voice. This report is going to be the final say as to what happened.
The bridge tender, Artishua Polk, has been charged with manslaughter by culpable negligence. In her arrest report, she claims that she followed protocol by checking multiple times for pedestrians before raising the bridge. But West Palm Beach Police Department says there's evidence that tells a different story.
There are a number of different camera angles from different sources that were taken into account for evidence and reviewed to corroborate the witnesses' statements.
The arrest
Translation, that you could see her just hitting the big red button without looking.
The affidavit goes on to show that Polk's supervisor, Kathy Harper, who is also her mother-in-law, told in a text to her cell phone to tell investigators she checked for pedestrians on the bridge.
Oh, no. Oh, boy. So relative is the boss, says, tell the cops this.
The arrest affidavit goes on to show that Polk's supervisor, Kathy Harper, who is also her mother-in-law, told in a text to her cell phone to tell investigators she checked for pedestrians on the bridge.
You see, you assholes, the cover-up is worse than the crime. It really is.
Harper then told her to delete the message.
Detectives were able to determine what was on that cell phone.
Evidence destruction. Fuck. Everybody's fucked. The whole family's going to jail.
What had been deleted from that cell phone, what was relevant to the case.
The victim's attorney, Lance Ivey, calls it a conspiracy.
The disturbing part is the lengths that they are willing
Look at Jeff Blashel's a lawyer.
to go, again, to perpetuate a fraud against Carol Wright, who wasn't here to give her side of the story.
All right, now everything's changed. Now she's going to go to prison. She needs to go to prison now because she's lying. And there's a conspiracy.
Despite Harper's involvement, West Palm Beach police say there are no other pending charges at this time. Ivey, though, says he is considering suing Harper as well.
In fact, we find that there was some contributory negligence on her part. That may be an avenue where she might be made a party to this lawsuit as well.
Now, Paulk has since been released from jail on a $20,000 bond. If convicted, she faces a maximum of 15 years behind bars. For now, reporting live in West Palm Beach, I'm Cameron Leppinger. Back to you.
There have been many developments in this story the last 3 days, so let's recap. On Wednesday, we learned the bridge tender, Artisua Paulk, told FDOT she looked 3 times for any pedestrians or motorists before opening the bridge.
That's a lie.
On Thursday, Paulk arrested and charged with manslaughter by culpable negligence. And today, the arrest report states video contradicts Paulk's story and that her supervisor, who happens to be her mother-in-law, told her to tell investigators she had checked for pedestrians.
Oh, shit. Okay, so now it's much more complex. Oh, man. Comment. Okay, changed my mind. Stupid bitch and family needs to be locked up. Comment. The smoking gun was her TikTok video. Hit the red button yelling world star. Oh, fuck. Amanda writes, for some reason I heard the story at first that the chick that died was her mother-in-law. Well, you know, that's because you don't listen. Tyler says, put him on the island. Charge mother-in-law with hindering a felony investigation. Yes. It sounds like it to me. Yeah, destroy this text. Delete this text. Corey says a whole family of garbage. My God. Assholes. All right. Your old pal Eric has to go tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. All right. So stand by. I will be back. While I was going tinkle, I saw this. For those of you that follow football, Michigan football, college football, whatever it may be, there's a football player for the University of Michigan. Hang on, I got to do the Zenith trick. I don't know what the fuck is going on with that. Football player named David Ojabo. And what he does is he gets on the football field at Michigan and he runs around like a maniac, and all the pro scouts that may draft him, they look at how well he performs, and then, you know. So he's just running a drill here where he kind of runs around like a madman and shows how quick he is and stuff like that. And, oh boy, this is not good. It's not flippity muppety, but this is bad.
Michigan's David Ojabo was a projected top 10 pick in next month's NFL draft, but that could change now that Ojabo has a torn left Achilles tendon.
Oh.
Saturday at Michigan's pro day workout.
Look at him.
Michigan's David Ojabo.
He runs right, awesome. Left, awesome. Back right, catches the ball. Oh! His Achilles ripped right there. Look at this cameraman. He's like, I got it all on film.
Saturday at Michigan's pro day workout. Had a great season with 11 sacks and 5 forced fumbles. Helped the Wolverines get to the college football playoff. A quick recovery for Ojabo would be about 6 months.
Oh, no.
Another NFL.
6 months. Oh, that's bad. His one weakness is his Achilles heel. Oh, my God. Incredible. That is awful. So, I mean, I don't know. Do you end up drafting the guy? He probably falls down to like the last pick in the draft. I'm also getting suggestions about playing. There's Kyler sent a horrible video of some dude bench pressing. I'm not going to play this one. I can't do it. I honestly have trouble playing the gross ones. I laugh, though, because of how badly you guys react to it. The guy's bench pressing like 1,000,000 pounds, and his chest muscle rips off the bone. And I think his skin, like, split open. It was all disturbing and terrible. I couldn't do it. I can't do it. I won't. My God. Okay, I've got another story. I wish I had video for this one, but I don't. This is another story of a teacher kicking ass. Stealing a page from Mr. Hosinski. Hosinski was the guy, and it might have been Indiana, where this one comes to us from, also Indiana. I can't remember if Hosinski was Indiana or not. Hosinski was the guy when the teacher, when he smacked the shit out of the kid, and he's a little kid. The kid's head bounced off the wall. It started an absolute war amongst the Zaniacs, okay? And, well, this one is a brouhaha in Fort Wayne, Indiana, thanks to Boyd for sending it along. A Northup High School social studies teacher, did you hear me? Has been placed on paid leave. First of all, let's take a look at him. Does this look like a guy who would kick all manner of ass? Danny Lively is his name. That's taken, no doubt, from the staff page. Chris says, before you get into this, Eric Zane, there was no war. Everyone agreed that kids should be beaten. In this case, a Northup High School social studies teacher has been placed on paid leave after he was charged with punching a 16-year-old student in the midst of an argument with another student. Hang on. Bear with me. I'm getting some crackly here. It's going to get loud. There you go. It's not a show until I'm bashing my hand out of the side of the equipment. Rest in peace to your ears. Danny J. Lively, 57-year-old teacher, he doesn't look that old, was charged about a week and a half ago with criminal misdemeanor battery resulting in bodily injury. Lively appeared in court the day he was charged and has a status hearing April 14th, according to court documents. The wheels of justice turn slow. Okay, this is how it went down. According to a probable cause affidavit, March 7th, for some reason at 5 p.m., two students got into a verbal altercation in a hallway. As they argued, a social studies aide stepped in between the students to quell the fight. Now, as I understand it, a girl was getting harassed by some asshole. So she texted her boyfriend, hey, book it over here. Dick face is bothering me. So the boyfriend shows up and says, hey, what the fuck you doing? And shoves him, probably flips his books or something like that. And then that's when the teacher's aide steps in. Mr. Lively gets involved. Lively was walking down the hall, as described, holding a lunch pail. Why this is happening at 5 p.m. in a school, I don't know, but whatever. He intervened. Mr. Lively stepped in the middle of the students and said, all right, guys, come on, seriously, break it up. He put his his left hand on one of the students and his right hand on the other. Okay, break it up, guys. He's doing nothing wrong at this point. But you know how it is with Generation Z. If someone touches you, your options are throw yourself on the ground, kill yourself, or attack. You can't just go, yeah, you're right, and walk away. Kill yourself, throw yourself on the ground crying, or attack who touched you. The student chose violence, swatted Lively's hand away, the teacher, social studies teacher. According to the affidavit and eyewitnesses, Lively then took up a bladed and postured stance. I don't know what that means. I'm guessing that means put up your dukes. Is that what this is? Put them up. He dropped his lunch pail, and then he's standing there, and then delivered a hard right to the student's face. Now, I think this all sounds by the book to me. This is all okay, in my opinion. Hopefully, the one he punched was the one being a shithead in the first place to the girl. Let's hope. He deserves that. By the way, feel free to weigh in with your thoughts. Hopefully, you guys will get into another war again with each other about this issue. So, he's punched the kid in the face. As Lively continued to advance toward the student with his hands near or around the student's head, he's already punched him once. The student appeared to try to remove himself from Lively. There you go. It worked. Excellent. The fight is over. Everybody go on with their day. But no, the affidavit said. The student then did what the student is trained to do. Throw yourself on the ground. That's where it's taught in the student's How to Sue Your School handbook, that if a teacher touches you, you throw yourself on the ground. And that is a smart move. And I applaud him for that. Lively gets on top of the student. The student is kicking and flailing to free himself, the affidavit said. The student was eventually able to separate himself from Lively. The incident was caught on a school surveillance camera. Now, that is excellent news. Not excellent news. The school is not releasing it, and they should. We need to see this. I mean, if we were all able to enjoy what Hosinski did to that little fucker, we should be able to enjoy what Lively did to this kid. But no, the school is saying minors are not allowed their faces. Well, blur it out then. I don't know. Blur out his face except for the part when he's actually connecting with the kid and hitting him in the face. The victim said the altercation between him and the other student started. I already told you that. A teacher who witnessed it said he heard a lot of yelling and initially thought it was a sports team practicing, then observed the female aide struggling to get the other student away from the incident. The teacher said Lively was possibly swinging on the victim and demonstrated a punching motion. Yeah, snitches get stitches, you asshole. The other student told police he had a beef with the victim. They got into a verbal altercation in B Hall, but the fight never got real physical, he said. He allowed that they may have pushed each other one time, stressing that the fight occurred between the victim and Lively. I may have a beef with him, but the victim was just trying to get away from him after he punched him. So now the students now who were enemies are now pals. They have sided, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, against the teacher that punched him in the face. They're probably going to divide the winnings on the lawsuit. In an interview with police, Lively said he'd gone to the defense of one of his fourth period students after he heard commotion in the hallway, yelled at both male students to leave. Lively said he believed the victim was an adult because he was wearing an employee T-shirt. Well, that's bullshit. Come on. Victim has discoloration and scratch marks on his back. That's going to be worth $50 million. Lively has not yet been arrested. I wonder if there's an update on Hosinski. Because he was arrested. I know that. Teacher Hosinski arrested. No. Just facing charges. Facing battery charges. All right. Well, I think the big takeaway here is we're all disappointed because we don't have footage of this. That's what we need to make this story complete. So, unfortunately, you're just going to have to fill in the blanks with your brain. Teachers can't do anything now, Corey says. The kids know it, so they just do whatever they want. Yes. Should have slapped the sleeper hold on him. Make Ted DiBiase proud. That's an old school wrestling reference. You know, Ted still parts his hair down the middle like that. Thank you for reminding me. I just watched a terrific documentary that Pellerito sent. I watched it, Mike. The Resurrection of Jake the Snake. Oh, my gosh. I should get the trailer. We should watch that together. How do you spell resurrection? Of Jake the Snake trailer. All right, we're going to watch this together. You're going to want to watch this as soon as you see this. Check this out. I just finished watching the show.
From Stone Mountain, Georgia, Jake the Snake Roberts.
Wait a minute, the Snake is running. Oh, the Snake is fighting. Jake the Snake has lost it.
Jake, to me, is one of the greatest talents I've ever seen.
One of the great minds in the history of the business.
He casts a spell on you. It's almost like you get caught in his web.
When the entire world knows you as one character for such a long time, I think it's easy to become that character, too.
You are a piece of shit, Snake. You gypped these fucking people. Fuck you.
He went through hell.
In the last 3 or 4 years, I didn't think I was going to have a dad around.
We're on our way to see Aurelian Smith.
DDP.
That's the real name of Jake the Snake Roberts.
A month ago, you did crack.
How often do you feel like you fight the addiction?
24/7.
I know this is my last fucking shot in life.
Get in the car. Don't fucking pull this shit.
I don't know why I can't just say I'll never drink again, and that's that. I always worry about what everybody else thought about me and not what I feel about me. I want to do that so fucking bad.
My God, I'm not giving up.
Whole new resurrection, Jake Snake. I'm here, brother.
And I'm gonna fucking beat it this time.
I told you somebody else. I was getting tired of losing. I was getting tired of people cutting me off. Didn't you used to be Jake the Snake Roberts, man? What the fuck happened to you? Cut it off.
How about that? Really good. Really, really great. This guy, Jake the Snake, been through a lot, and this is the story about his recovery. Really, really great. This is why I hate comments. Kenny writes, looks like a good, wholesome family film, shaking my head. Who said it was? What are you talking about? It's a story about a guy who's addicted to drugs and alcohol trying to beat it. It's comments like that that make me so mad, that makes me say, why do I even do this? What the fuck is wrong with you? What a stupid thing to say. You're such a dumb shit. You know that? You really are. You're always in the wrong side of shit like this. This isn't a fucking kid's sport, a kid's show. It's a fucking story about a guy's addiction. Looks like a good, wholesome family film, shaking my head. What's that meme of the point and you going over your head? God, you're an idiot. Son of a bitch. Anyway, for those of you that have a brain, it's an excellent, it's a free video, actually. You have to sit through the ads when you watch it. I will link it up in the show notes, and you can check it out about the resurrection of Jake the Snake. Diamond Dallas Page is the guy who kind of leads the fight in getting that guy to turn his life around. And also, Scott Hall is featured in that, another guy with a ton of demons. It all comes up because of Scott Hall's death recently. And so Pellerito sent me the link to watch that thing. You got to see this. It's fucking riveting to see this guy, what he goes through and fighting addiction. And it makes me thankful that I didn't have to deal with addiction on such an advanced level as a guy like Jake the Snake has. And just never giving up. I mean, holy shit. And he estranged from his family, and then you got to see it. I'm sure it's a nice story about how this guy finally gets someone to help him, and he turns it around, which is why you annoy the shit out of me, Kenny, when you fucking miss the point about shit all the fucking time. God, what is wrong with you, dude? And then you dig your heels in and make yourself look like a bigger asshole. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, I was in a great mood. Do you guys seriously say, hey, I'm going to go and just fucking piss him off and put him in a bad mood because that's fun? Is that what we go through here? Shut the fuck up. Jesus. I actually have something heartfelt that I want to share, and it gets fucked up. Seriously, this has been happening so much to me lately on the fucking chat. I'm this close. This close. Fuck the whole thing. You know what I should do? Because I can't, stop it. I mean, I can't delete comments. I mean, I can't make it so that it's part of the thing. I can't make it stop, you know? But I should just, tape something on the screen so that I never, ever see it again. Jeez. Asshole. All right. Where was I? Okay. Sorry, I got to get my head together here. Figure out what the fuck is going on. Tag Accounting 616-301-9516. If tax season, oh my God, there's still plenty of time for you to do this, but we are getting down to the nitty gritty, so reach out to Troy Ginzer, the tax hobbit, today. 616-301-9516 for Tag Accounting. Thank you so much. No matter where you are in the U.S., you can take advantage of this. Troy can do a return for you, personal return, no matter where you are. And it's all just so simple. You have to upload all of your documents via his online portal, but it is a piece of cake. 616-301-9516. Bosco's Pub, where we last met. Looking forward to scheduling another one here before too long. A great time at Bosco's Pub. A great local place to eat if you are in West Michigan. Part of Terra Square in Hudsonville. Bosco's Pub, online at boscospub.com. Great burgers, great appetizers, maybe a salad if that's your thing. Draft beer, bottled beer, well drinks, mixed drinks, whatever. No Russian vodka. Wednesday through Saturday, they open up at 4 p.m. And then Monday and Tuesday, they open up at 11:30 a.m. Bosco's Pub. And if you need a job, they're hiring. Bosco's Pub in Hudsonville, Michigan. Speaking of waiting on tables and working, Madison has a job doing that right now. And she told me that she had a customer that had a $90 bill, and they gave her a $1 tip. A $1 tip. And they were extremely pleasant to her, and everything was great. And she's like, and I'm like, what the fuck? You gotta, seriously? I'm like, that's enough to make you want to start. If you could only predict that, you could start spitting on the food early before you even send it out to them. Horrible. But she gets good tips, and otherwise, I'm just amazed at that. You really got to work to get a bad tip out of me. You really got to be a real shithead. I even if they're assholes, I feel bad not giving them a good tip. Thank you to My Policy Shop Insurance, Frank Fuss, 616-914-4070, 616-914-4070, mypolicyshop.com. If you need any help with your insurance, specifically you are in the about to turn 65 or you're already taking advantage of the Medicare system, reach out to Frank Fuss, 616-914-4070 today. Should have seen me this weekend scrubbing the floor. I was actually on my hands and knees like Cinderella scrubbing the floor before the ball. Sunday, Diana's like, boy, this room is just a mess, the laundry room. And I'm like, you know what? True to form, this is how we do it here. We trash it, and then we clean it. And then we swear to God, we're not going to let it get bad. And then it gets bad every single time. And that was it again. This room, the floor had like so much mud on it. It's mud room and laundry room. From the dogs coming in and just tracking it in. It's just, there's dried feces on the floor because one dog takes a dump and then O'Neill goes and eats it. And then there's still some left. It's horrible. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Why do we live like this? So I went to town in that room and I cleaned the shit out of that room. It is absolutely immaculate. Pooh Bear points like you wouldn't believe. Zane, did you get any work done on the basement? Of course not. I was busy scrubbing the floor. And then, slaughter the Turks, Armenian meatballs, and sauce. Yes, that's right. If you have not yet made this recipe, you need to. I'm going to include it in the show notes again, so you can do this. It is the great, but you have to do it exactly as I wrote the recipe myself. I take it back. I ripped it off the internet about 15 years ago, but then put it into my own words and tweaked it a little bit. It was a huge hit again. Absolutely fantastic. And you need to try that. Okay. Saw this headline this morning that was a little weird. No charges after 74-year-old boater pulls couple from lake, then fatally shoots man he helped rescue. What the fuck is going on? And so an old man and his wife are on a lake in South Carolina doing old people stuff. He's 74, as I said. He's there with his wife. And as they're on this lake on their pontoon boat, tooling around, they see a jet ski, fucking Kenny Powers, going around in a circle, and two people in the water trying to get the jet ski or whatever. And so the guy pulls up in his pontoon and he helps them into their boat. Then a fight breaks out between these two, the woman and the man. The guy's a 24-year-old dude named Nathan Drew Morgan. And then him and the woman that the dude fished out, they start fighting about something. The woman pushed dude back in the lake in an attempt to defuse the situation. Horrible move. If you're attempting to diffuse the situation, the lady just pulled out of the lake with the dude, and then they start fighting on this fucking old man's pontoon boat. She pushes him back in there. The couple's like, well, what are you doing that for? And they help the guy back onto the pontoon boat. And then the 29-year-old turns on the 74-year-old for some reason. And he starts to go and tries to attack the old man. And the old man, this is a requirement in South Carolina. Everyone would do this. You don't ever do this to anyone in any southern state because they're all armed. He pulls out his pistol and shoots a guy in the chest and kills him as the young guy is trying to assault the old guy. He goes, oh, fuck this. I just saved you twice, and now you're trying to kill me. By the way, they didn't even have any life jackets on when they were in the water when the jet ski was circling. So the guy shot him and killed him. And now the police, they showed up, and they go, all right, tell us what happened. He goes, all right, I'll tell you what happened. And then the sheriff's like, all right, we believe you. Go on home. And then that was it. My God. Investigators were told he wanted to get back on the jet ski. They also believe that there was an argument between the dead dude and the woman. Also, they were drunk. Authorities have not named the couple. The dude died on the boat. They talked to the locals there. They said, this is crazy. It never happens around here. So that's it. Apparently the guy tried to attack him and he shot him dead. So no good deed goes unpunished, I guess. How about this? Old guy goes there to help out a guy, help him get out of the water, rescue him twice, and then has to shoot him because the crazy fuck wants to try to kick his ass. Oh, my God. Ridiculous. All right. TC Paintball. We've got an event coming up on Sunday. I want to see you there. We got the usual suspects that are going. TCPaintballGR.com. And my God, I want you to check it out and hang out with us. I'm trying to get Gabe the Honduran to be there with his crew, and I haven't heard back from him, but I think we'll be have about 20 plus. Hoping, who knows, maybe we'll have 50. You never know with that. TCPaintballGR.com. Reach out to me if you want to go, and if you want to book a paintball party, please do it. You can just drop in during the week. You got Little League on Wednesdays. You got Ladies' Day on Thursday. You can schedule a party for Saturday. All going on at TC Paintball, online at TCPaintballGR.com. Bennett Flooring Installation. Reach out to them, 616-318-0167, for anything at all that you may need for flooring installation. Do the dirty work yourself. Get rid of the old flooring, and they will come out and give you a complimentary estimate, measure the room, tell you how much it's going to cost to put in the new flooring. Bennett Flooring Installation, online at BennettFlooringInstallation.com, 616-318-0167. And something else to consider, if you're down on your luck and you would like to put yourself in the running for the Great Flooring Giveaway number 3, please do that. Reach out to me, Eric at EricZaneShow.com. And what you're doing there is basically telling me why a new flooring install would be so dramatically important to help you and your family. 616-318-0167. Don't be shy either. Don't spare me the details. I've got plenty of them that have come in. Or if you just want to nominate somebody, you can do that as well. There's comedy, fullhousecomedy.com. There's always a ton of shows that are appearing, or guests that are appearing in town. Full House Comedy, Thursday of this week. The multi-talented Rachel Feinstein is at the Listening Room. Dustin Sims is at the Park Theater. Ricardo Williams, friend of the show, at the Rockford Corner Bar on Thursday. Jay Moore on Friday at Grand Rapids Comedy Club. Also, he's got 2 shows on Friday, and he has 2 shows on Saturday, too, does Jay Moore. He's like the biggest name that'll be here this weekend. There you go. Check it out, fullhousecomedy.com, if you'd like to go check out a comedy show. All right. Hang on a second here. Concerning guns, Jason says, just goes to show, better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Thank you. Terry says, our family is on for paintball. Great Gabagool writes, paintball event 18, the crucifixion of our Lord and Savior Saint Gassman. No, that seems sacrilegious to me and blasphemy. Oh, please. I do enough on my own. Cole writes, I can't let that guy drown. I'll just shoot him. Oh. The story is nuts. All right. Better to be tried by 12 than be buried by 6. Kyle, what about if you don't need it and don't have it, or need it and have it? I don't know, dude. Amanda, you're stupid. I love the comments when they work. The comments are great when they're good jokes. But if it's somebody making a comment like that, or someone like you, yeah, fuck off. You're an asshole too. I'm done supporting you as well. Eat shit. Yeah, the comments can be great when they're good comments. But when they're piece of shit comments, like yours and Kenny, suck my dick, you stupid ass. Go fuck yourself. Get the fuck out of here, too. I've had it. Fuck you. It's raining deer in Pennsylvania. Watch this one. You're going to love this story. This is so fucked up. Whoops, fucking that up. See, I'm so damn flustered. Shut up, Amanda, you stupid asshole. Fuck you.
A disturbing case of deer jumping to their death has some residents in Elk County demanding something be done to stop it.
Douglas Braff went to Johnsonburg and got some answers from government agencies on what could be done.
And we want to warn you, some of the video may be disturbing.
The snow may have stopped falling from the sky, but for some Johnsonburg residents, it continues to rain deer.
Look at this.
As you can see in the background, there's 8 deer that have jumped off this bypass recently. Since we lived on the other side of the bypass, we've had 25 deer jump to their death in a populated area. That end of the bypass is probably more dangerous than any other area because that's the only place that it crosses over a populated area.
Bill Boylan and other residents tell me they tried reaching out to PennDOT, but say they did not get the response they were hoping for.
PennDOT apparently doesn't see the wisdom of putting maybe a diversion fence for the deer or maybe some nets to catch all the debris that comes off from the snowplows that plow it over. We've contacted PennDOT on different...
So basically people live like right where the deer are jumping off in mass. So you get some kid playing there playing kickball and some 300-pound deer is going to come crashing down on them.
Occasions. Also the Game Commission. The Game Commission's been very cooperative.
Without some sort of barrier, Boylan says the deer will most likely continue to jump.
What happens is here...
We need video of this happening. Actually, that would break my heart. I would hate that. I would rather see video of a muppety-flappity leg break than a deer dying.
Deer could be very easily diverted if they would put up a fence on the point of this hill. They come down off of here, they get frightened out onto the bypass. They panic, one jumps off, and they all leap off.
Oh, God, they're stupid.
Julie Panasak also reached out to the state and regional game commissions. She says they pointed her to PennDOT, but she says she feels this could impact the hunting season in the region.
All of them are doe, and that's, potentially could have been how many more deer populating if they wouldn't have died. They are the mothers to carry the baby deer.
And with the warming weather, she fears the bodies will start to stink.
Oh.
But they're literally jumping to death. And that, to me, looking at them, it's disturbing.
We talked to PennDOT about the situation, and they tell us
Watch this guy. Listen to this answer about what he's going to do.
they are now looking at it.
We started taking a look at it, trying to really determine where the deer are coming from. How are they ending up on that?
Wait a minute. You're trying to determine where they're coming from? That's the big thing you're worried about? Where they're coming from. Okay.
Bridge is really the problem we've got to solve first.
I'm guessing they're coming from the bridge.
We can determine if there's anything we can do or not.
He says PennDOT became aware of the deer only 2 weeks ago, and that they had a conversation with their people a week ago about the issue.
I'd say over the next couple of weeks, we'll try to get an answer together and, or try to get at least an idea of what's going on and what's causing the problem. We understand where they're coming from, and we'll look into it and see if there's something that we can do that involves the roadway that we can make it safer for the animals and obviously anybody that's a resident in that area. So we'll definitely take a look at it and see what we can do.
Reporting in Johnsonburg, I'm Douglas Braff.
There you go. All right. I'm going to end this show because I don't feel like doing it anymore. Tomorrow, permanent bannings start. I've just decided that. Tomorrow, permanent bannings start. It's about time to call this group, so I'm doing that. So I'll leave you with this. I've got the asshole of the day. Become a sponsor. Reach out to me, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Thank you to Johnson Carpet One for being on board with the show. Head over to Johnson Carpet One Floor and Home Discount Outlet. 20% savings for the blue tags, 30% for the green, and 40% for the red tags at Johnson Carpet One Discount Outlet Floor and Home. I said that backwards. Go see Kent drop the E out of you. A&E Heating and Cooling when you want to get the furnace fixed. Thank you so much. And Blue Frost IT, the managed IT service provider of the Eric Zane Show podcast. Reach out to them if you have a problem. Kenny and Amanda are your assholes of the day. Fuck you. That's it. Short leash going forward. I am fucking done with that shit. And you all have a great fucking day, okay? Otherwise, I love you. Have a good one, folks. And good luck tomorrow and going forward. Because we're gonna dwindle this number right the fuck down. If you've pissed me off, you're getting banned permanently. Enjoy that. Fuck you. Fuck off and goodbye. I'm not even kidding.
This ad is almost 3 million gallons long because it's exactly the same amount of time it takes for that much water to flow over the deck at Niagara Falls. So, how does the deck stand up to all that water? Thompson's Water Seal. Just another reason they call us America's recognized brand in water protection. Weather protected, water sealed. Thompson's Water Seal. Trust the seal. Available at a retailer near you.